Hello guys, welcome back to the next video, and this is gonna be one of the important videos that I record because we are going to understand few things that we see in the game. For example, we are gonna go over basic attack, what does that exactly mean, counter attack, what are trigger rates, when a hero skill says squad attack, defense, or HP increase, what does that even mean? And where can you actually see that? And I have a list of these, so I'm gonna go over them. Apart from that, we are also gonna go over combat logs where we can exactly check different, you can say, skill drops and different skills of every hero. How does they show up and how does it actually affect the fight? Now, the combat logs are something that will get generated if you fight a zombie or if you fight another person in PvP. And understanding these things will help you in many different ways. One of them is if you know what skills exactly mean for each hero, for a particular hero, let's say, you know what other hero you can use to actually take advantage of the first hero skill. This will help you how to pair few heroes to make a squad, or which troop type to select when you're actually sending out a squad on the field, and many more things. This will help you improve your battle, or you can say your battle tactics, and your potentially you might win more, hopefully. And what else? I don't know. I might be missing few things, but again, this is gonna be a long video, so I am going to split it in 3 parts. Maybe 2 to 3 parts, something like that. But yeah, this is gonna be an important one. Now, on the screen, what you see is I have launched attack on the elite executioner from our radar mission. Now, clearly, I won't be able to defeat him, but there's a reason why I'm using my alt right now to show you guys something. Because this is exactly how any kind of combat is gonna look like. If you're doing it with zombie or PvP, this is how it's gonna be. Eventually, in this video or in these 2 to 3 videos, we are gonna go over some of the very basic but very important stuff that is gonna help you understand about this game. And also, we are gonna go over the report of combat that you can see over here. I've saved a few to actually help explain what I'm trying to explain. So, as soon as this is done, we are gonna start. Until then, let's see a couple of things. Right now, my squad consists of Raigoro and Akemi. What you see over here in this circle is these 4 dots. Basically, these are called rage bars, and once the bar is full, the rage skill of the heroes in this particular squad is gonna drop. Now my my Raigoro and Akemi are running back. Okay, let's start. First, let's go over the squad that I just sent. Raigoro. His first skill, again, is a rage skill. It's called Guardian Duty. Remember this name because I'll tell you why. Rage required is 1000, and shield absorbs damage for 3 turns and recovers 20 rage every time the enemy attacks him. Up to 60 rage per turn. So basically, for these 3 turns, you're gonna get 20 rage per turn. Now, what does this turn actually means? And so that's one thing. Second thing is, what does counter damage means? When does it activate? And the travel speed lasts for 5 seconds. This is important, I'm gonna tell you why. This effect can be triggered only once in 10 seconds. This is a trigger rate. There are few things that we are gonna go over in this video, and these are some of the terms, like infantry squad attack increase by 6% and defense by 6%. Okay, now let's quickly see Akemi. Hers is, Arrow Dance is her raid skill, and requires 1000. Up to 3 enemy squads we only have 1, and damage factor 4200. Now reduces travel speed by 30% for 2 seconds. Why Evil's Deceit? I don't know if I pronounced it right. But increased damage dealt to slowed target by 16%. Now we know that Ragoro slowed the target down. She deals extra 16% damage. Also increased squad attack by 14%. So these things, Purgatory Shot, damage extra dealt to zombie. Now Elite Executioner is a zombie, so that skill is gonna come in effect. And basic attack damage has 10% chance to reduce speed by 50%. Now let's see exactly what these things mean. This is the report of the attack that we lost. Now before we dive right into this report, let's see what few things mean. This graph is for my health throughout the time period of the battle. It started at 59 minutes for 18 seconds, and it lasted for about 5 minutes, 4 minutes 52 seconds. So this particular report is going to be that long, and this is the location, and this is how much damage was dealt. I did try different combos, like Tom and Ragoro damage dealt was 49%. Before that I did try, where is that? This one. I did try Catherine and Ragoro, and the damage dealt was 56%. So far the most was this one. Anyway, so that. Now first things first, let's go to the combat log. Now when you see a combat log, you will see a couple of things. One, this is the squad size. This is level 60. Squad size is 1.8 million. So this is a lot. What I sent out in comparison was 201,000. So obviously, even if I'm dealing more damage, he has more troops on the field. So this is how you see a report. This 1 second basically means the first second of the battle, 0 to 1. The next one is 1 to 2. The third one is 2 to 3. So this whole, if we open it, we are gonna see what happened when the second started and the right before the third second starts. So between second number 2 till second number 3. Same thing with this one. This is gonna be whatever happened between second number 4 and second number 5. So that's another thing. Third thing is gonna be this little nifty button. It's called Rage Skill used this turn. And since it's marked on ally, that means this is my squad's rage skill drop. You'll see enemies as well. This was rage skill used this turn by the enemy. And what you wanna achieve is as many of these rage skills dropping as possible, as quickly as possible. So you see this happened on 10th second, between 9 and 10, the rage skill drop, and next one dropped at between 8, 18 and 19. And the third one, 26, 27. So if I can just divide 27 by 3, because this is a third one, my rage cycle is somewhere between 9 seconds. My rage bar that we saw earlier gets filled every around somewhere between 8th and 9th second in the battle, which technically is not that good, but that's what we try to build, get more rage as possible. Now, even if, let's see, this is the first second. One thing before we start here, let me show you another thing about our squad, which is Ragoro. Since he's the lead, his talent tree is gonna come into effect, and I have two things over here. One is this: squad gain 8 rage when using basic attack, and squad gain 8 rage when attacked. Just remember these 2 points. This is called Raging Heart, and this is called Wild Rage. Okay, now let's get back into the report. Just bear with me, you'll understand what I'm trying to convey over here. Okay, so this is our first second of battle. Ragoro launched basic attack. Now, and Elite Executioner launched a counter attack. Now what is happening? When anybody who launches the attack, say you launched attack on a zombie or an enemy squad, what you're gonna do is a basic attack, and they are gonna attack back on you. That is what we call a counter attack. So the moment basic attack was launched, Ragoro's talent Raging Heart gave him 8 rage over here, and the attack triggered Yurikiri, which is the second skill of Ragoro, that basically slows down the target for 5 seconds. Now the Wild Rage, since he got counter attack from the Elite Executioner, he gained 8 rage because he was attacked. So basically he got in first, second 16 rage just by doing the basic attack and getting a counter attack. Also, what doesn't show up in the report is how does the rage generation happens at this rate, because if right now we only gained 16 rage in the first second, and let's see, we have 16 more in the second of the battle. So far 32 rage, and every skill requires to be the Ragoro's and Akemi's skill require 1000 rage to be used, the first skill, the rage one. So at this rate it's gonna take forever to actually accumulate 1000 rage. So how does rage build actually happens? The basic rage build is 100 rage per second. Even if none of your heroes in the squad are capable of increasing the rage build, you are gonna build rage with a rate of 100 rage per second. So essentially, without any kind of talent or skill, your squad's the first skill, the rage skill damage, should happen every 10 seconds, because 100 per second, so you need 10 seconds for 1000. But if you accumulate more, like you're having 16 every turn, that is how you can reduce the number of seconds required to accumulate 1000 rage to do the skill drop. That's why a lot of pairs that people try to make, they wanna generate as much rage as possible so they can do their skill drop or rage skill drop as quickly as possible, because those are the most damage dealing skills that hero has. So far we have covered three things. One is basic attack. Whosoever attacks deals a basic attack and they receive a counter attack in return. And how does the rage recovery works? You get 100 rage per second, but your heroes can speed it up by adding extra whatever their talent or skill gives them. Now this can be a good stopping point for us. We covered a lot and I don't want to flood you guys with a lot of information at once. So this is exactly where I will continue the next video. So please move on to the next part of this video. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one.